first chapter, which is number systems. Okay, just a minute, I'll see that. Okay, so what do you understand by number systems? Can you name some number systems? Can anyone name some number systems? What is a number system? Yes. Anyone? Okay, fine. Can you name a number system? Can you name what all types of numbers are there?
Yes. Rational and irrational.
Okay, you know about rational numbers, irrational numbers. Okay, before that, what was the first types of numbers that you learned when you came to school?
Whole numbers and natural numbers.
Natural numbers, yes. So the first types of numbers that you were introduced to were natural numbers. Natural numbers. What are natural numbers? Can someone give me an example?
Numbers from 0 to
0. Okay. Anyone else would like to give an example of natural numbers?
From 1 to infinite.
From 1 to infinity. Okay. What about 1.5? That is also included it between 1 to infinity. Is 1.5 a natural number?
yes.
Yes.
1.5 is a natural number. 1.5.
No, only counting numbers are
Yes.
natural.
Counting numbers are natural numbers. Counting numbers are natural numbers. When you count things, you start counting from 1, right? If I ask you to count the number of notebooks, let's say that you have, you will start counting from 1. So you say 1, 2, 3, and so on until infinity. Okay, until infinity, like infinite, there are infinite number of natural numbers. So these are natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, and so on till infinity. And then after that, we have something called whole numbers. What are whole numbers?
Whole numbers contain
All
integers and
all natural numbers with 0 are whole numbers.
Yes, good. Zen video. Avni video. Abdul Rahman video. Okay, Khudeja Bashir. Is this your first class? Okay, so she left. Fine. Abdul Rahman, please pay attention in the class and please unmute and participate. Just like the other students, please try to participate in the class. And if you're not understanding something, or if you think I'm going too fast, then please feel free to stop me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Whole numbers are 0 and natural numbers. So whole numbers are 0 and natural numbers. Then so you studied about this till maybe your kindergarten, your first grade, right? You till first grade you studied about whole numbers. First, second, third grade. Then when you came to fifth and sixth grade, you were introduced to the concept of negative numbers, right? Integers.
yes.
Integers are basically whole numbers and their negatives. What are they? They are whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, and so on, and their negatives. So 0's negative is 0 itself, and -1, -2, and so on. Okay, so these are integers. And then you studied one more thing in your fourth grade, fifth grade, that was fractions. You studied fractions. So fractions and decimals, these are also known as like rational numbers that you studied in your previous class as well. Rational numbers are basically, okay, why are they called rational numbers? What is the definition of rational numbers?
They are rational numbers are in form of p by q, where p and q are integers and
Very good.
q is not equal to 0.
Where P and Q are integers and Q is not 0. Why Q not 0? Can P be 0?
No, then the number will be the same.
I'm
Like it won't
asking,
have.
can P be 0? Like if I say P, they are saying P and Q should be integers. Integers means what? You have 0 also in integers, right? So they are saying P and Q can be any integer, but Q should not be 0. Can P be 0? That's what I'm asking. Q should not be 0, but can P be 0?
Yes, p can be.
P can be 0. Okay. Why should Q not be 0?
Because if q is not, if q is 0, then it doesn't have a meaning. It's like if it's 25 by 0, it's just 25.
Okay,
It's not in a
fine.
fraction
One
form.
second. One second. So 20, okay, let's take any number. 5 by 0. 5 by 0 is equal to what?
5.
5. Okay. 5 by 1 is equal to what?
That's fraction.
That's a fraction, but this is equal to what? Five by 1 is equal to? What is 5 by 1? I'm talking to all the 4 students who are present here. Zain, Abdurrahman, Avni, and Munir. Munir, video. Yes. What is 5 by 1 equal to?
Again, 5.
5 by 1 is also equal to 5 and 5 by 0 is also equal to 5. Is there something wrong over here? Yes. There are 4 students here. There's supposed to be a conversation happening between us. What is 5 by 0 equal to? If 5 by 1 is 5, then 5 by 0 should also be equal to 5, or should it be equal to something else? I'll wait for an answer. Okay, I'm waiting. Then 5 by 1 is what? Then I'm asking you. 5 by 1 is what?
5.
5, okay. 5 by 0 is again also 5 or something else.
5 by 0 is 5.
5 by 0 is 5, then 5 by 1 is also 5.
Yeah.
Can it be like that? Can it be that?
Ma'am,
Yes, Abdul Rahman.
I think the differences between 0 and 1 is that 1 is a positive number, but 0 is not a positive or nor a negative number. So,
Okay, good. But I am asking, what is my question here, Abdul Rahman? What's my question? My question is 5 by 0. What is the value of 5 by 0? 5 by 0 is also 5 and 5 by 1 is also 5, is it?
Yes.
Okay. What is 5 by 2? That is also 5.
No, no, 5 by 2
No.
is 5 by 2.
5 by 2 is, okay, let's say 5 by 2 is basically half of 5, which is 2.5. Okay. 2.5. All right. Um, all right, fine. So is it possible that 5 by some number, 5 by let's say x is equal to 5? Let's do this, okay? I am saying, you guys are saying that 5 by 0 is also 5 and 5 by 1 is also 5. I am saying that only one number can be there in the denominator. If I say 5 by x is 5, then let's see what this x will be. Should it be 0 or should it be 1? Okay, let's have a competition between this 0 and 1. Let's see which number it will be. So you tell me, if 5 by x is 5, then let's send this x to the other side, okay? Right now it is in the denominator. It goes to the numerator. So it will become 5 is equal to 5 into x. Yes?
Yeah.
Is it clear to everyone? Munir, are you there, dear? Are you there, Munir? If you're there, okay. Are you able to unmute yourself, Munir? Will you be able to unmute yourself during the class? Because we need to have a conversation here. If you don't participate actively in the class, then you won't be able to understand much. Okay, please remember that. Fine. Now let's send this 5 to the other side. So right now it is in the numerator. It is being multiplied with x, right? When it goes to the other side, it will become divided by. Clear? So what will happen? It will become 5, this 5, divided by this 5.
So
Okay,
it will be
just a
1.
minute. Wait. 5 divided by this 5 is equal to x. So x becomes what? 1.
X is equal to 1.
Can x be 0? Let's see
No.
why x cannot be 0. 5 by 0 is not equal to 5. Okay. What is 0 by 5? Can someone tell me what is 0 divided by 5?
0.
0 divided by 5 is 0. Good. It is 0. See why? Why is it 0? 0 divided by 5 means, see, when I say 5 divided by 1, this one, 5 divided by 1. 5 by 1. What do? You say 5 over here and 1 over here. Okay. Now you start reading the table of 1. You say 1 in 1 ones are 1, 1 twos are 2, 1 threes are 3, and so on. You reach 1 fives are 5. Okay. If I say 8 by, or okay, fine, 8 by 3. Then what will you do? You will say 8 over here, 3 over here. 3, and then you will start reading the table of 3. And you will see where am I reaching 8. So you will say 3 twos are 6 and 3 threes are 9. So I'm not reaching 8, but I am reaching something less than 8, which is 6. So I will say 3 twos are 6, right? But when it comes to, and now let's see 0 by 5, okay? 0 divided by 5. 5 multiplied by what will give you 0? Which number should I write in the quotient here?
0.
0. Yes, because 5 multiplied by 0 will give you 0. So 5 into 0 gives me 0. Fine. So this is clear. Why is 0 divided by 5 equal to 0? Why is 0 divided by 5 equal to 0? because of this thing, this division. Now let's see this 5 divided by 0. Okay. Now just now we saw 0 divided by 5. Now let's see 5 divided by 0. So 5 divided by 0 means you have to write 5 in the dividend and 0 in the divisor. Now tell me, we'll just start reading the table of 0. 0 ones are 0. And again 0 twos are also 0. 0 threes are also 0. 0 fours are also 0. 0 multiplied by any number will give you 0. You will never be able to reach this number that is given over here. Right? What are we supposed to do in our division? When we are dividing, our divisor is supposed to reach this number, which is the dividend. Our divisor is supposed to reach this number, right? But we will never be able to reach this number over here when we are doing 5 divided by 0, because the truth is you can never divide any number by 0. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Zen, is it clear? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you cannot put any number over here. You will say that you will go on infinitely. So the answer to this is not defined or infinity. Okay. Not defined. All right. That is why we say we cannot divide any number by 0. We say that in rational numbers, P by Q, we say that Q should not be 0. Okay. Now the question is, can P be 0? Initially, I asked you this question. Can P be 0? Right? Yes, P can be 0. Why? Because can you give an example of a number where P is 0? 0 itself. 0 is a number which can be written as 0 by 2 or 0 by 3, 0 by 4. Here, P is 0 and Q is 2. So it is not defying any of the rules or any of the conditions that are there in the definition of a rational number. Rational numbers are those which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are supposed to be integers, but Q should be a non-zero integer. That's all. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let us do this exercise 1.1. The first question we've already done. So let's do this question. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So let's say, forget about 3 and 4 right now. Let's take this number line. Okay. We have 0, 1, and 2. Rational numbers. Acha, one more thing about rational numbers is that rational numbers are what? Fractions, right? They are called rational numbers because of this part, ratio. And we know that ratio means it's a fraction. Like we say ratio of 2 is to 5. Ratio of 2 is to 5 is 2 by 5. So fractions are basically rational numbers. Or in other words, we can say rational numbers are basically fractions. And we know one more thing about fractions. You know this since you've studied fractions and decimals in your 6th grade. Fractions and decimals can be interchanged. For example, if you have a fraction 1 by 10, who will tell me how will you convert this into a decimal? What will it become in decimal? Or
0.
let's say,
0.1.
very good. If you have 2 by 10, it is 0.2, right? Or let's say if you have 3 by 34 by 10, what does this become?
3.04.
3.4. See, what you do when you have any number divided by 10 is you count the number of zeros that are there in the denominator. How many zeros do we have?
1.
We have 1 0, right? So if you have a number, which is, this number is 34, right? 34 point. The point is over here. The default position of the point is over here. So this is the ones digit, this is the tens digit, and so on. And after the ones digit, you have the 10th digit, TENTH, 10th. And then the 100th digit, and so on. So the point lies between the ones digit and the 10th digit. Fine, this one. So this is the default position of the point. So the point is over here. If you can't see the point anywhere, that means it is over here. Now, what we do is when you are dividing by 10 or by any number, 10, 100, 1000, and so on, your decimal point will move towards the left. Since you have 1 0 in the decimal, in the fraction, in the denominator, you will move one place towards the left. So since we have 1 0, we will move one place towards the left. So what will this become? This will become 3.4. Okay. Is it clear, Zen?
Yes.
Abdul Rahman,
Yes.
is it clear? I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay, this is 3.4. Now, similarly, that's how we did 2. We have 2, the decimal point is over here. We have 1 0 in the denominator, so it will move one place to the left. So this becomes 0.2. Okay. Then tell me this. If you have 568 by 100, what will this become?
5.68.
Very good. It will become 5.68. Abdul Rahman, your turn now. 43.8 divided by 10. What will this become? How many zeros are there in the denominator, Abdul Rahman?
There are let me think. There are total of 1 0.
There's just 1 0, right? So how
Yeah.
many places should the decimal move in the left?
1.
One place. So it moves one place. What does the decimal become now?
It becomes 4.38.
Not 38, 4.38. Okay, 4.38. Okay, now next. How about Avni, your turn.
Ma'am, did you say anything?
Yes, your turn now. 47.9 by 100.
It will be 4.7. No. It will be 0.4. Yeah. 0.
0?
0.479.
Yes, it will be 0.479. Because we have two zeros in the decimal. Sorry, in the denominator, we have two zeros. So the decimal point will move two places. 1 and then 2. So the decimal point will come over here in front of the 4. So it becomes 0.479. Is it clear, Abdul Rahman?
Yes.
Okay. So this is one thing, how we convert fractions to decimals. Another way of converting fractions to decimals is by dividing them, simply by dividing them. Okay, see, whenever you have a 10 in the denominator, there's no need of dividing. There's no need of doing this. Okay, you can simply use this rule to find out what will the decimal be. But when you have, what will you do when you have a denominator which is not 10 or 100? Let's say you have 27 by 2. Then you will simply just divide it. 27 divided by 2. Then you do the normal division, the thing that you already know, right? 2 ones are 2. You know how to do this, right? All of you know this. And then the 7 gets carried down. Yes. Now 2 multiplied by what will give me 7? 2 multiplied by 3 will give me 6, not 7.
Then we'll put a
But
point.
yes, very good. So then now we are left with 1 in the denominator. But we are not in 4th grade anymore. So we will divide this further and we will put a decimal. We will first say we put a point here in the quotient and we put a 0 here in the end. So we get 2 5s are 10. So now our answer is 13.5. Okay. I'll give you guys one more question. Wait. All right. How about 49 divided by 20? Or not 20, 30. 49 divided by 30. Should we do 49 divided by 30? Or should we just do 49 divided by 3 and then we will deal with this 10 part later on?
We'll add the 0 later when
Yeah.
we get that.
Yeah, we can do the same. We can apply the same rule which we applied over here. Okay. But first, let's divide it by 3. Yes. 3 ones are 3. 1. And then the 9 gets carried. 3 6 are 18. 1. Now what do we do?
Point, decimal.
Point and then 0. So 3 3s are 9. Again 1 0. So it will keep on going like that. So we can just stop at 16.33. So this thing becomes 16.33 divided by 10, right? Why divided by 10? Because we have only taken the 3 part of it. We have not taken the 0. So that's why we are taking the 0 now. 16.33 divided by 10. Now divided by 10 means the decimal goes one place to the left. 1.633. This is the answer. Okay. So what have we learned? We have seen that a fraction can be changed to a decimal. Similarly, a decimal can also be changed to a fraction. For example, if I give you the decimal 1.47, how can you change it to a fraction? Zen, how will you change it to a fraction? Sorry.
47 by 1.
47 by 1? It is 147. Okay, just imagine that there is a number which has, let's say, 10 or 100 or 1000 in the denominator. On changing that fraction to decimal, you get this. Okay, see, just like we used this rule, right, of converting to decimal, this one. See, if you have 5.68, how did we write it in decimal? We wrote it as 568 by 100, right? 5.68 is 568 by 100. Do you see a similarity? If I ask you 1.47, what will that become?
147.
147
by
100.
100. By 100, yes. So this will be 147 by 100. Okay.
Ma'am,
What are you supposed to do? Yes, Avni?
ma'am, after the point, how many zeros are there? We have to add those many zeros in the bottom.
Yes. After the point, how many decimal places are there? Okay. How many digits are there after the point? Over here we have 2. So that is why we wrote the number as it is and we wrote 2 zeros in the denominator. Okay. Is that fine? Everyone?
Yes.
Good. So now we know how to convert fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions. These are called rational numbers. Okay. Now, let's come to this. 0 and 1. Are there any numbers between 0 and 1?
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me any such numbers? I want at
1.1,
least, yes, Avni?
1.1, 1.2.
One. Okay. What is my question? I'm asking between 0 and 1. So between 0 and 1, yes, Avni.
0.1, 0.2.
Ah, 0.1, 0.2. Because when you say 1.1, that comes over here. 1.1 means what? It means that you have divided this place, the space between the distance between 1 and 2. The distance between 1 and 2, you have divided it into 10 parts. Okay. And the first part is 1.1. Okay. This is 1.5. In other words, 1.5, or this can be written as 3 by 2. Okay. So between 0 and 1, 0.1, 0.2, very good. Can you tell me in terms of fractions?
0 by 10. No, yeah, 0 by. No.
Tell
0,
me.
0.1 by 10, like 0.2 by 10.
Okay. 0.1 by 10, basically you mean to say that this can be written as 1 by 10, right? Because there is one digit after the decimal point. Yes. So that is why this can be written as 1 by 10. Is my voice clear?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not able to hear you guys.
Ma'am, now?
Okay, I'm still not able to hear you. Wait a minute.
Am I audible now? Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
I'm not able to hear you guys. That's an issue. Wait a minute. Okay, there is an issue. Is my voice clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's clear. Fine. Anyway, so you guys understood this? 2 by 10 is 1 by 5, and so on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, if I ask you to name or to find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Okay, so here we have 0, 1, 2. Between 3 and 4. You have to find 6 rational numbers. What will you do?
6 rational numbers. So we'll keep the denominator as 6.
No. What did you do over here? When you had to find rational numbers between 0 and 1, did you keep the denominator as I asked you to find, you can find as many numbers as you want. I am not asking, see, I said find 6 rational numbers. If I ask you to find 5 rational numbers, does that make a difference in the denominator? No, it doesn't, right? See, what you'll do is between 3 and 4. You want to find between 3 and 4. So this is what matters. This is what matters between 3 and 4. So you will say 3.1, 3.2, and so on, right? Let me just write it over here. 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. You can say 3.6, 3.7, whatever. 3.9 also. Let me just do one thing. 3.5, 3.9. Okay. So 3.1 can be written as 31 by 10. Yes.
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 So this is a rational number, yes or no? 31 by 10 is a rational number because it is written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not 0. So this is a rational number that we have written. Now 3.2 also you can write as a rational number, which is 32 by 10. Then this also 33 by 10, 35 by 10. Now 35 by 10, this can be written as also 32 by 10. So 2 5s are 2 16s are. This can be written as 16 by 5. This can be written as 2s are 5, 7s are 35. So 7 by 2. Yes. 3 3.6 by 10 can be written as 36 by 10, which is 2 18s are and 2 5s are 18 by 5. And 3.9 by 10, 39 by 10. This is just 39 by 10. Okay. So the 6 numbers that you have found are 31 by 10, 16 by 5, 33 by 10, 7 by 2, 18 by 5, 39 by 10. Is this okay? How do we find between two between two whole numbers? How do we find rational numbers between two whole numbers? We simply just write, if you the first one is 3 and the second one is 4, just write 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 and so on. Okay. Clear?
Clear.
Now your next question is, you have to find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. So where are 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 on the number line? Between which two numbers can you tell me? Between which two whole numbers can you find 3 by 5 and 4 by 5?
We can find 3 by 5 between uh, 3 and 4.
Between 3 and 4. Okay. Do one thing. Do 3 divided by 5. Okay. This is 3 by 5 now. 3 divided by 5. So do this. How will we divide it? Who will tell me?
We first have to add a point.
You have to write 0 points, and then we have a write a 0 over here. Then 5 6 are 30, right? 5 6
Yes.
are 30, and then 0. So the answer is 0.6. But does 0.6 lie between 3 and 4?
No.
No, 0.6 lies between which two whole numbers?
0 and 1.
0 and 1. So, so now do you see why can't we write it like that?
Yes.
See, just because I write 1 by 2 does not mean that it will lie between 1 and 2. If I write 4 by 5, it does not mean it will lie between 4 and 5. Are you understanding this? So 4 by 5, what does it mean? 4 by 5 means, so there are two things you need to understand here. First thing is that 4 by 5 means that if there are 5 parts of something, let's say you have a pizza and you divide it into 5 parts. Okay, then each part is going to be 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 5. So similarly, like that, if you take 4 such parts, you get 4 out of 5. So this is what 4 by 5 means. First, we need to understand what 4 by 5 means. Okay. The second thing, if someone asks you, where does it lie? See, whenever if you have a fraction, wherever the numerator is less than the denominator, like over here, then the fraction is less than 1. Numerator by denominator, okay? If numerator is less than denominator, then the fraction, the whole fraction is less than 1. Okay? If your numerator is greater than the denominator, then the fraction is greater than 1. And if your numerator and denominator are equal, what does it mean? This fraction is equal to 1. Obviously, if your numerator and denominator are both 5, then 5 by 5 is what? 1. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So 3 by 5 is less than 1 or greater than 1? Yes, then I couldn't hear you.
Less than 1.
4 by 5 is?
Less than 1.
7 by 5 is?
Greater than 1.
Very good. So 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 will lie between 0 and 1, right?
Yes.
Now what you need to do is, it says the denominator says 5. That means we need to make 5 divisions. Just now how I told you that 4 by 5 means you have 5 divisions. Out of that, you are selecting 4 divisions, right? So first of all, make 5 divisions. We have made 5 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the 5 divisions. The first one is 1 by 5, then 2 by 5. This is 3 by 5. This is 4 by 5. And this is 5 by 5, which is also called 1. Right? 5 by 5, which is equal to 1. So you have to find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. So between these two, you have to find 5 rational numbers. How can we do that? Between
Ma'am,
these
we
two.
can multiply both up and down with 5.
Okay, we can multiply it with 5. All right. What does it become? 15 by 5 and, sorry, 15 by 25 and
20 by 25.
20 by 25. But my question, Avni, now is, can you find 5 numbers between 15 and 20?
No.
16, 17, 18, 19. That's only 4.
Then we can multiply it by 6.
6. See, the thing is, you don't have to just multiply it with 6. You can multiply it with any number greater than 6. Okay. In fact, 6 or greater than 6. You can multiply it with 10 also. Why I prefer multiplying with 10? Avni, you can multiply it with 6 as well, not an issue. But why I prefer multiplying with 10 is because multiplication with 10 is very easy. Yes? You don't have to sit and
Yes.
remember the tables that, okay, this into this is what. So that is why just multiply it with 10. So this becomes 30 by 50. And this becomes 40 by 50. Between 30 and 40, you can very easily find 5 rational numbers. Can you name some?
31 by 50.
31 by 50, 32 by 50, and so on. So 31 by 50, 32 by 50, 36 by 50, 37 by 50, 38 by 50. Okay. You can take any other numbers in between as well. So these are 5 numbers between what? Between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Okay. Now let's do the first, let's do a few more questions. Now I'll ask you some questions. You have to tell me whether they're true or false, okay? Now look at this, what we've written over here. Yeah. Is every whole number a natural number? Is every whole number a natural number?
No.
No. Okay, Avni says no. Any other question? Any other answers? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay, Zain is saying yes. Avni, can you please explain why you said no?
Because a whole number contains of 0
Very good.
and
So
that
whole
doesn't.
number has, the answer is no. Is every whole number a natural number? No. Why? Because 0 is a whole number, which is not a natural number. Yeah. So that is why the answer will be no. Okay. Is every natural number a whole number?
Yes.
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 Because every natural number is also a whole number. All right. Then is every whole number an integer? Is every whole number an integer?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
it is. Okay, Zen said no. Zen, please explain why you said no. So I'll tell you one
Uh,
thing. in math, this is just a rule in math. When you have to, when you agree with something, you have to prove why. Okay, you have to give a proof. But if you disagree with something, you have to give just one example. Okay, for example, what we did here was, we said, is every whole number a natural number? Then we said, no, it's not. Then you have to tell me, you have to say, why is it not? So we're just going to give one example. See, 0 is one example, which this disproves the whole thing. Okay, that's why. So coming back, then, is every whole number an integer? You said no. So give me one whole number which is not an integer. Or okay, any other reason that you have, Zen?
I know, I thought you said, is every integer a whole number?
So is every integer a whole number? What is the answer?
No,
No. Can you tell me one integer which is not a whole number?
-1.
Very good. -1 is an integer which is not a whole number. Then is every integer a rational number?
Yes.
Yes. Is every rational number an integer?
No.
No. Can you tell me one rational number which is not an integer?
1. No, 0,
One.
0.
0 is not an integer. Look at the
No.
list of integers that we have written. By the way, I have not received your homeworks. Anyone's homework I haven't received.
Ma'am, I sent my homework.
You've sent? Okay, fine. I will ask the people. And what about Zen?
No, I didn't send.
Why not?
I did the homework, I forgot.
You forgot to send it.
Yeah.
Acha, why did, fine, send it right now.
Okay.
Fine. Yes, let's come back to this. Give me one rational number which is not an integer. Avni?
Ma'am, I'm not getting a number.
No, think about it. Think. Avni, you have to think about a rational number which is not an integer. What is the rational number? Think about the definition of rational number. Think about the definition of rational number. P by Q. Can you tell me any number of this form, P by Q?
6 by 5.
6 by 5. Very good. So 6 by 5 is a rational number.
Yeah.
Is it an integer?
No.
No. So 6 by 5 is a rational number which is not an integer. So if someone asks, is every rational number an integer? Your answer will be no, it's not. Why not? Because 6 by 5 or 3 by 4 or 5 by 7 are all rational numbers which are not integers. Zen, understood this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Let's do a few more and then you'll take a 5 minutes break, just a 5 minutes break. Then you will come back to the class, okay? Is Zen, have you just messaged me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So, we've done this. Huh. Is every rational number a whole number?
No.
What did you say?
No.
Can you give me an example?
Because rational numbers are in the form of p by q, and whole numbers are just numbers. They are not in form of p by q.
See, what did I tell you? I said that if you say no, you don't have to explain yourself. You just have to give an example. Okay? So give an
Okay.
example. Give an
Like
example of a rational
3
number
by
which is
5.
not a whole number. 3 by 5. Okay, good. So 3 by 5 is a rational number which is not a whole number. Fine. So we're done with this first exercise. Your homework is find 5 rational numbers between 6 and 7. And 2 by 3. No, not 2 by 3, sorry. Yeah. 6 by 8 and 7 by 8. 4 by 9 and 5 by 9. 12 by 15 and 13 by 15. Yeah, you have to find 5 rational numbers between these. This is your homework for the first chapter. All right. Now let's take a quick 5-minute break and we will be here at exactly, just a minute. We'll be here at 5:10 p.m. According to Riyadh's time, okay? 5 minutes.
Ma'am, I think the time is up.
Time is up for what?
The class.
And what did I say? Were you hearing what I said? I said we have a 5 minutes break. This shows that you weren't listening in the class.
Because I went just a second
When you
to.
leave, you're supposed to inform the teacher that you're leaving. You're supposed to inform at least in the chat box that, ma'am, I'm going for some particular reason. I'll be back in these many minutes. So we are having a break. The students will come back after a minute and we will start with our regular class. Right now we were going with the backup class. Now we will start with the regular class, which will be for 1 hour. Okay, are you all back? If you're back, let me know in the chat box saying you're back. Are you all back? Hello. Students, are we back? Videos, please, so that I can know that you're there.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here. Avani, I've sent you a message on the Zoom meeting chat. Please respond. Avni, please respond to the message I've sent you on the Zoom chat.
I did.
You did? I'm not able to see it. Okay, wait. Oh, no, I'm not able to see it. Please reply once again. Okay, the rest of the students, Zen video. Zen, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Video, please. Okay.
Did you get my message?
Nope.
I
I
did send.
didn't. Okay.